Hello everybody and welcome back to the West Ham Network. I am back from my holidays and it is a bit depressing because the weather is shit. It is awful. It is not great, but I'm back. Anyway, it's not been a great couple of weeks as a West Ham fan, but should we be getting excited? Am I taking the piss with that comment? Who knows, but let me get started on the show because we're closing in on the signing of Southampton's Matheus Fernandes. If you'd have seen the show I did a few weeks ago or about a week ago, I said why West Ham should go all out and bring him in. Finally, some positive movement in the transfer window. And I'll be honest, this one could be an exciting addition we've made in, or probably one of the most exciting additions we've made in such a long time. Now, I know recently most of the noise lately has been about Graham Potter's future. The recruitment is absolutely crucial right now. We all saw it against Sunderland. Our midfield lacked legs, creativity, someone to take control of the game. Same against Chelsea, same against Wolves. But Fernandes could be that player that could potentially change that. Now, reports are saying West Ham have now agreed a deal with Southampton. And that Fernandes underwent his medical today after an original £32 million bid was not back just last week, and it seems that the clubs have reached a breakthrough. If all goes to plan, he'll be announced before the weekend and even could feature against Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. And this move comes right after the supposed securing deal of Magassa. Also, suddenly we're adding youth, energy, pace into that midfield. Exactly what we've been lacking. Fernandes himself brings ball carrying and press resistant style of play. A player that I think and we all know has been needed for such a long time at West Ham. Now, Magassa, he gives us that bit of bite, that mobility. Together, they could probably change the way that West Ham play. So, you ask, who is Fernandes? And at 21 years old, he's already proven he can play in the middle, multiple midfield roles. And as a 6 and as an 8 or further forward, he notched 9 goal contributions last season, despite Southampton struggling, which shows you the impact that he can have. He's aggressive defensively, 48 tackles last season, loves to win the ball back, powerful on the ball, drives through midfield, resists the press, excellent passing range, and he can keep it quite simple as well, but also has a vision to split the defences, something I'm really keen on to bring into this squad. Now, imagine Fernandes, Magassa giving us the legs in midfield. Add Paqueta playing ahead of them with the freedom to create. That's a completely different West Ham midfield. Mobile, athletic, far less predictable than what we saw early stages of this season and last season. But here's where my concern creeps in. Yes, Fernandes is a very exciting signing, but why wasn't this done earlier in the season, in the summer? We've started the season already and players need time to gel, understand the system, integrate into a squad. But right now it feels like we're rushing to get deals done, a bit slapdash, and that's the frustrations that the fans will rightly have. I've also got other concerns, and speaking of frustrations, with those concerns, let's talk about Edson Alvarez. He's already gone out on loan to Fernandes, but we know, if we knew we were going to be signing Fernandes and Magassa, maybe that deal should have been reconsidered. Imagine a midfield with Alvarez sitting deep, Fernandes and Magassa providing the legs, Paqueta pulling the strings. On paper, that's a top quality midfield, a midfield that complements each other. Instead, we've let Alvarez go and now we're scrambling to rebuild. It does feel slapdash. But then you've got the balance in the squad. Do we need JWP? Guido Rodriguez, rumoured to be leaving the club. And if Fernandes and Magassa are here, Ward-Prowse gives you set pieces, but in terms of mobility and energy, he doesn't match that direction we seem to be going in. And if we're serious about building a dynamic midfield, some tough decisions are going to have to be made, and we need to make them sooner rather than later. Still, there is no denying that these potential two signings is a step in the right direction, albeit late, is a step in the right direction. far too long, our midfield has been static and predictable. And now with the 2 potential new signings, plus if Paqueta stays, we finally look like we're putting together a midfield with pace, power, and creativity. But the key part is keeping Paqueta. That is key. So here, over to you, West Ham fans. This could be a proper transformation for the midfield. Fernandes should be announced before the weekend, and we might even see him involved against Nottingham Forest. The big question is, have we done this business too late? Have we been ruthless enough with the players who don't fit into this new style? Please let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about, should Alvarez have stayed, been kept? Should Ward-Prowse and Rodriguez move aside? If so, where? How much? What do you accept? And do Fernandes and Magassa finally give us the midfield we've been crying out for, we've been craving for? Let me know in the comments. I, for one, am happy if Fernandes is officially announced. I know we've seen the announcements, but I want to see it from the West Ham club. My concern is it too little or too late? Let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and of course, come on you irons.